Good evening, everybody. How are you doing tonight? It's your boy DC, and this is Out of the Fog, a local matter show that airs right across the province, having the best and the brightest to talk about what they're doing to make this place a more rewarding and successful place to live. And tonight is no exception. Tonight we have Downtown St. John's Business Commission's Gaylynne, who is here to hang out with us, talk about everything that goes on to make the Santa Claus Parade a huge success, as well as everything else that they do to make sure that the members and the patrons and the tourists all have the best time of their lives when they're in our classic downtown St. John's, City of Legends. And then we have Tibre and Teresa, two wellness practitioners who came together who are now offering us the art of zenning out. And it's about connection, it's about coming together, and you're gonna wanna learn all about how this is something you need to get with. This is Out of the Fog. We'll be right back after this break.
Your opinion matters, and we want to hear from you. Get in touch with us using our viewer feedback line, your direct connection to shaping the shows you love. It's easy. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code on your screen, and take our quick survey. Share your thoughts, and let's make your viewing experience even better.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog, and my favorite person to talk about all things downtown St. John's has arrived. The eagle has landed, or maybe the leopard or the cheetah, we don't know. The one and only Gaylynne from downtown St. John's. What is up?
Hey, how are you? And I bet you say that to all the girls.
Nope.
Oh.
Just you.
Okay, I'll trust you.
Shh.
Yeah.
So, let's talk. Downtown St. John's, an incredible organization that does so much for the members, and there's a lot to be said, but I'll ask you, tell us at home everything about Downtown St. John's.
Well, Downtown St. John's, the organization, so with Downtown St. John's Business Commission, so
Yes.
people understand exactly what we're talking about, is the organization that I work for. So we're a nonprofit group run by a board of directors that's volunteer. So they're business owners, property owners within the downtown. And our mandate, of course, is to make downtown an exciting place, a great place to live, work, shop, and visit. And that is our mandate. And underneath that falls a plethora of things.
Indeed. And you know, there's a lot going on in the downtown, and lots of different members comprise the Downtown St. John's Business Commission. And a little bit more information about that for the viewers at home so people can understand just how many different types of members of the Downtown St. John's Business Commission that there are.
Sure. Basically, what I always say to people, you're from street level to the penthouse, basically. So, you know, you're going to see businesses like bars and restaurants and shops and other retail services and banks and accountants and, you know, oil companies and property management, doctors, lawyers, everything under the sun. So I know it's true.
It's true.
But when you look at downtown, sometimes people forget that. They just see, you know, the most visible part of downtown, which is your bar, restaurant, and retail. But downtown is so much more, and all these different facets of our downtown community, they're all interconnected, and you really can't have one without the other and have a successful downtown. Like, for example, the office component, our office workers that are in our towers, they are customers in a captive audience for all our service-based industry and retail and so on and so forth. And it's a chicken and an egg. They're down there because they want that stuff, those amenities, and those amenities are there because they are there.
Exactly.
So it is so intertwined. And one element, there's no one element more important than the other, let's put it that way.
And listen, you and Scott and the entire volunteer board do an amazing job of keeping it moving and grooving and making sure all the members have their needs met. But the events really take center stage, especially around this time of year, even though what you guys do to keep downtown amazing for the visitors and the patrons and locals alike is a 365-day scenario.
Yeah.
But here we are, looking into the Christmas season, and there's a lot going on, am I right?
You are. In very short order, we're actually going to have a Christmas parade, which is like the largest annual event in the province. We get about 50,000 spectators, and all wrapped up within everything that's the spectacle of the Christmas parade, which is everything from, you know, the bologna, the big stick bologna, that it's like everybody wants to have a picture taken with him, to Santa Claus, okay?
Yeah.
But wrapped up in all that is something really special that we've done for like 25 years now. We are the largest food drive in the province. So our beneficiary is the Community Food Sharing Association, and Newfoundland Power employees will show up, and the food drive will start 11:45 as the parade starts at 12 o'clock, and go along the parade route and, you know, get loonies and toonies and food related to the Community Food Sharing Association, which is important because that is the food bank of the food bank. So all the other food banks get their supplies from the Community Food Sharing Association, and our event is probably the biggest contributor that they have all year. So we're pretty proud of that because we're in like to the millions for money raised, and we're into like millions for food value over the last number of years. So it's a real community event. It's a fun way to kick off Christmas, but it's really important too.
I will tell you what, as someone who lives deeply in the downtown, who has clients throughout the downtown, who is lucky enough to help support Downtown St. John's Business Commission here and there with things that may be needed, I did not know that it was the largest food drive that happens in the province, and I did not know the number that you just said of how many people end up in the downtown for the event. Over 50,000 people come into the downtown for the parade.
Yeah, it's insane actually how it all works.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it is. It's that many. We have numbers, calculations, but we also have exact numbers that actually come from the various shuttles that we bring in, the free Santa shuttles that are available to bring people downtown. They know how many people get on the buses, so we got pretty accurate numbers of how many people come downtown. You wouldn't think it, but it's along, you know, like a 2.5 kilometer route, all spread out,
yeah,
and it's
sense.
absolutely amazing. And along that route, we always try to accommodate everybody too, right? We have a sensory friendly zone for those people that don't like really loud noises, so that'll be between the TD building on Water Street and Home on Water.
Awesome.
We have a mobility, you know, impaired area that people can go who are on wheelchairs or walkers, so that nobody stands in front of them. And the City of St. John's will even man that area in front of the post office. And we even try to get the kids at the Janeway Rehab Centre there. They're delicate, and it's awful cold for them to stand outside. True. So we'll try to find places so they can stay in buses along the parade route. So it's a long route, but it's a short route really to pack all that into.
I mean, this is not something for the newbies to be jumping in and trying to get done. How many years have you been curating the level of detail and volunteerism and success that parade actually results in for the people?
It's close to 25 years now,
Wow.
and things have changed over time.
Sure.
This event is different from other parades elsewhere. Like you have a large Christmas parade in Toronto. That's a business. They have a warehouse and a staff. Bank ABC comes in and says, we want to have a parade. So they say, well, give us a check for $20,000 and our massive number of employees will build you a great float. This is the community's event. So construction company number ABC from Newfoundland gets their employees together and they build a float and they take their employees and they come out and they enjoy it with their family and all their staff. And it's really the community's event. Wow. It's not my event, it's not Downtown St. John's event. We, perfect word, as you said, curate it for everybody.
You really do.
So it's like what everybody puts into it is what comes back.
And I'm going to say, you know, what if I wanted to have my own big old float and that parade this year? Do I just show up at my car all decorated? How does that work?
Well, certainly you have to put in an application. So you go to downtownstjohns.com, download your application, fill it out, and send it in. You won't be approved right away. We have to have standards.
Sure.
So it won't be just your decorated car to put in the Christmas parade, drive down the road. It won't be your big Cadillac Eldorado. But,
exactly.
you know, we will curate it because it is an event for children. So just to put in like a dump truck or a tractor or something, this is not that event for that sort of thing. It's a transportation sort of event.
Gotcha.
We want an event because it's for families and for kids. And it's the official kickoff to the season. And everybody, it's called the Christmas Parade. Everybody is welcome. Come, you know, regardless of your culture, creed, whatever, just come in and enjoy our customs and celebrate with us. And that's one part that I've really enjoyed growing over numerous years. You get all the new Canadians, you know, you get a lot of our Indigenous groups. We've had the Spirit of the Drum. We get a lot of the 50, 60 students on exchange from countries all over the world that carry their own flags and get to participate in that. And I feel really proud about that we get to share this with a lot of people that probably wouldn't else, have seen a parade or get to participate in an event like this.
I gotta say, we've talked about this parade many times, but this conversation is hitting different for me, and I don't know why it is, and I guess I'm just truly woke to the amount of diversity and accessibility and inclusion that you put at the forefront of the work that happens to plan this amazing event that happens every year. And it's funny, and I'll say this, as a person who lives in the city like anybody else, sometimes something's going on and you show up, and you take it in, you're like, oh yeah, and you go on with your life. But often we just don't realize how many people worked many hours to create the things that we enjoy, and this event absolutely is one. And I'm sure there's a number of volunteers that you want to give a shout out to for everything they're about to do again this year.
Well, exactly. We have our parade committee, we have Santa Secret Service, we call them the Rovers. We have all numerous people that are down, setting up staging before the parade and, walking with it as parade marshals. There's the City of St. John's who have to bring their employees in, and they foot the bill for all the traffic. We have the RNC, we have the fire department, we have Eastern Health, we have everything from St. John Ambulance. There's a whole logistical, operational team just for that. And I write an emergency plan because you never think you're going to need it, but guess what? You just might, because it actually happened last year.
It did.
So there is an awful lot. We had to use our emergency plan last year as there was an active shooter the same day as the Christmas parade.
Of course.
Last moments we had to cancel it, so it's not something that you ever have to do, but the lesson is we executed that perfectly and successfully. So, whether it's through an inclusion lens, so whether it's through a safety lens or an emergency preparedness lens, we learn more, we learn every year. And I think that's the key to this getting better and better and better, because you don't stop learning and you don't stop engaging with the people who are involved with the parade.
Gaylynne, to me, the parade is coming up in due order. And what do you start planning that? Maybe 2 weeks beforehand, maybe 3 weeks beforehand? You start.
Oh yeah, facetiously you say that. There's actually things that we have to do in January. Like I have to book fencing. I have to rent, vehicles and generators and bleachers. And there's so many different things that you have to think about in January. And if you don't book it, it'll be gone. Some other event will have it. You won't get it. So, you start doing that now. Our engagement with our volunteers, that started ages ago. And people start reaching out to me in May and they say, strange question, just wonder about the Christmas parade next year. I said, not a strange question. Lots of people call and I'm delighted that you have.
Yes, of course.
So yeah, it's an all year thing. I live Christmas.
You do, yeah.
I pretty well do.
I love it.
Yeah.
Listen, we're in our final moment, but I want to make sure people understand how to get a hold of downtown St. John's for the Christmas parade upcoming, but also all the programs and services and things that you do all year long. How can we get at you?
All our favorite socials, Downtown St. John's, you can go on those. You can go to our website. You can find our email addresses right off that, downtownstjohns.com. It's probably the easiest way, and we'll get back to you in short order. If you want to call me in my office, it's Santa High. Well, I've put a 709 in front of that now. 709 Santa High, which is 726 8244.
You're amazing. Listen, thank you so much for you and Scott and the volunteers and the committee and everything that you do to help keep the downtown amazing for the business owners and the members, but for also all the patrons and tourists and locals who come down all the time. And it matters a lot to them, so keep up the good work.
And to you as well. You matter a lot to us, because you do a lot to work with us in our downtown and many other hats too. So
we're all in this together.
Pat on the back.
And back to you. Guys, this is Out of the Fog. That was Gaylynne, and you'll want to be checking out downtown St. John's for everything they have to offer, and we'll see you on the street for that Santa Claus parade, baby. This is Out of the Fog, back in a few. Welcome back, everybody. This is Out of the Fog, and let me tell you what, I've been waiting for these two to come through for too long, and I finally got them on the teal couch, and I can't wait to talk about all the things and continue the chats I've been having with these incredible folks up to today. Put your hands together on the couch. Tibre, Teresa, what is up?
Hi.
What's up? How are you guys?
Grand. So happy to be here.
Oh my God, so happy you're here. And looking like snacks, may I say. I mean,
well, you know, we knew we were coming to see you.
This flies by. Three pack. So listen, let's talk about life, because to me, I'm always super excited to vibe with folks that are woke, that are plugged into the vulnerability-based conversation, and are here to make impact through the giving, not the getting. And I do believe that you guys are ticking all those boxes. But first, I'm going to peel it back and ask the viewers at home to get to know you as individuals. Tibre, why don't you tell the folks at home a little bit about yourself and what you love and what's led you to hang out here with us today?
Yeah, that's a good question. I've been playing music for 30 years.
And a beast at it, man.
Oh, dude. Yay. I'm a chemist by trade.
That's right.
So I have a science background. I've been playing music for a long time. And I would say for the past 10 years or so, I really got into making mindfulness, ambient, calming music.
Cool.
And especially during the pandemic, like for my own mental health, right? I've discovered that people like to listen to it too. And I've recently enrolled in a sound therapy program to get a better sense of how sounds and vibrations interact with the body and improve our mindset and our emotions. And I had a rando encounter with Teresa.
Well, that's one to run into by random.
Right? It was super rando, and I was like, "You're deadly," and she's like, "Oh my God, you're deadly." The vibes lined up perfectly, and so now is about having a space for people to have calming and mindfulness, meditation, but just calm, personal improvement.
I love it.
And to use music to do that is like,
oh, of course,
the gear.
It's a must do.
Yeah.
Indeed. Teresa, for the viewers at home, who are you?
Okay, well, my name is Teresa Butler, and I'm a life coach and transformation mentor. And I also am a nutritionist, yoga teacher, death doula, birth doula. I do all sorts of events all around wellness and self-development, and all coming back into your truth, like your actual truth outside of what like society tries to tell us that we should be and shouldn't be and all these things. So I like help peel it all back down to like the bare actual marrow of what you are and who you are, and how you can let go of all that stuff, that junk that's in your subconscious that we've been programmed. And I help people do that in many different ways.
Oh my gosh. I just want to like slink on over and just hang out on the couch with you guys.
Come on, there's a lot of love over here.
I know. So you come together to combine your shared values. What gifts is that bringing you both? And what is that bringing to the people who you share that with? And I'll ask you first.
It's heavy. It's if you had to sum up, I would say we're all in it together, right? And for my own mental health journey and appreciation, and with that comes a sense of isolation, right? When you feel like you're the only one that feels a certain way. And also when you come from a place of privilege that I recognize, I almost feel like I can't really complain about, you know? So now when I hear other people have very similar mindsets, and we're all in this together, right? So openness is key for everyone, of course, and it's hard to do that. And I find that when Teresa and I get together and have our events, there's just openness. You know, at the end of it, it's just like, it's almost like you can feel it in the room. Like it's just like this calm, and there's just sense of acceptance, and everyone's in it, and we're just aware, and then it's like weights off your shoulders.
It's amazing. It sounds powerful.
Yeah, dude.
Teresa, who's in the room?
Well, it's so our event is called The Art of Zenning Out, and our whole thing around it was to do these, they're called subconscious recodes, where I speak these different sort of techniques and tools and how to clear the subconscious.
Right.
And the whole while Tibre's playing these amazing like ambient binaural beats, which is beautiful. And the people in the room are anyone, any person, any range of like age really, that just wants to release their limiting beliefs, release sort of the toxicity that social media does to our brain, to certain things that like the way that we grew up, our parents, generational stuff, religious stuff.
Got all that.
That's like gunk in there. And so we've had people as young as 13 in the room, as old as close to 70. So it's a very range, and there's no gender, it's just people, whoever. And we just guide them on this really incredible journey. And it is powerful. It's like people, when they get into it, they're crying, they're laughing, and we do these magnetic dyads as well, where we get people, like complete strangers, to like pair up and do these recodes where they are saying over and over again what they want to be, what they want to become, as if they already have it.
I love that.
So we like retrain the brain back to your truth, back to your values, back to your beliefs, with the music going, which is also very healing to, because if you took our body, and this is like a really cool fact I heard, and if you like actually like microscoped it down to the finest little atom, which we have 7 octillion atoms, which is 7 with 27 zeros at it.
Oh my gosh.
Right? So one of those little atoms, if you were to microscope it down, it's just waves. It's just waves, right? And so we have all this energy, and we're all like a bag of chemistry. So we're just trying to like release the tension and the negativity that's around those atoms, to like find that peace and that calm, so that your parasympathetic nervous system is activated and not that sympathetic like fight or flight rush.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So that's what we do.
That's amazing, and everyone needs to be going immediately. I have a question. How can I be a part of this?
Okay, well, I've been doing most of the social media stuff, but so it's Transform with Teresa is my Instagram, or my email, which is teresabutlerwellness@gmail.com. So contact me that way, and we just had like an incredible sold out event.
Tell me about it.
On October 27th. It was amazing.
It was amazing.
At the Anglican Church.
Okay.
And it was just there on Church Street. Beautiful, incredible, sold out with a wait list. Men, women, like young, old, non-binary. It was just like amazing. And so, yeah, just follow me on the socials, and Tibre, what's yours? Yours is?
Just Tibre Reardon, Facebook, Instagram.
Well, that's a superstar name. Let me just say that. I was about to say, every time I see you, I'm like, Tibre, your name is for fame, buddy. Listen, I'll tell you what. I'm excited, and what I want is to be at the next one, and then I want to maybe do some filming and some things, and maybe like
amazing.
Share more of this, because listen, I think loneliness is an epidemic, and I think that the more spaces we can feel invited into that allow us to connect and to be and to release and to feel, the happier we will be together.
Yeah, dude. Agreed.
Yeah.
Right?
And one thing that we are working on, we haven't done yet though, is the Zen Den Men Club. And so we're going to be doing that, but just for men and those identifying as men, because those are the ones that tend to not really have many safe spaces that they can go and move through whatever they need to move through in a very unconditional, loving, non-judgmental space.
Listen, I think that's part of the loneliness epidemic I hear a lot about. So thankfully, we have you both to help lead the charge and bring us all together and to zen out. So stay tuned, everybody, because I'm going to be coming at you with all sorts of proof positive first-person realities about what I was able to enjoy thanks to Tibre and Teresa. Will you guys come back on again and tell me more?
Absolutely.
I love it. Until then, guys, I'll tell you what, you better line up to zen out. Google it, get at these folks and everything they have to offer. This is Out of the Fog. We'll be right back after this break.
Your opinion matters, and we want to hear from you. Get in touch with us using our viewer feedback line, your direct connection to shaping the shows you love. It's easy. Just grab your phone, scan the QR code on your screen, and take our quick survey. Share your thoughts, and let's make your viewing experience even better.
Welcome back, everybody, and thank you so much for tuning in here tonight to Out of the Fog. Thank you to Gaylynne from Downtown St. John's Business Commission for coming through and talking about what her and the staff and the volunteers and the board and the volunteers and everybody who comes together, 50,000 people, and the biggest food drive in the province, millions giving. And also thank you, Teresa and Tibre, for coming through to talk about the art of zenning out. And now, to throw us out, here is Sherry Ryan and Mick Davis with a Christmas classic. This is Out of the Fog, and we'll see you next time.
I ain't gonna lie in bed thinking anymore, and I ain't gonna come back clawing at your door. I ain't gonna settle down, I'm going out to paint the town red and green for Christmas.
I'm turning off the TV and I'm going out to play. I swear you won't see me, I'll run the other way. Nothing's gonna slow me down, I'm going out to paint the town red and green for Christmas.
And I'll come first and you come last. It's Christmas. And though I wish you happiness this Christmas, may our parties never clash, especially at night. And may your days be merry this Christmas. May our parties never clash, especially at night. May your days be merry. I ain't gonna lie in bed thinking anymore.
First you say it's over and then you're at my door.
All the crazy ups and downs.
I'm going out to paint the town.
Nothing's gonna stop us now. Red and green for Christmas. And I'll come first and you'll come last this Christmas. And though I wish you happiness this Christmas, may our parties never clash, especially at night. And may your days be merry,
Your days be merry.
red and green for Christmas night.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
We want to hear from you. Provide feedback on this show or find out how you can get involved. Call, email us, or scan the QR code to take our quick survey.
There aren't many hospitals left in this town that are willing to take a risk on you.
Mondays on City TV.
We have a new attending, Dr. Oliver Wolf.
Dr. Wolf? Wolf?
Whoa!
You can call me Wolf or Oliver.
We might actually learn something for a change.
There's no one who's more devoted to their patients than you.
We are going to figure this out together.
Where you get into trouble is with the establishment.
You took him to a bar.
Yeah, but look, there's a method to my madness. Okay, I love you. Bye.
Wolf?
Brilliant Minds. All new. Mondays 10/9 Central on City TV.
Here are 3 reasons why your social strategies should include Rogers TV. Reason number 1 is we have hyper-local audiences. The community TV channel gives you a chance to engage with people where you live, so you really get to know your neighbors and they get to know you. Reason number 2 is we can help diversify your distribution. With social media, it's really important to be able to have a wider audience, and Rogers TV can actually help complement your online presence by delivering to a different audience. And it's actually really easy to repurpose your existing content or to just create new material specifically tailored for community TV. And finally, reason number 3 is we can help enhance your credibility and your trust. And by aligning your brand with Rogers TV, you can tap into that trust that viewers have. This can boost your reputation, especially among viewers who favor local businesses and value community involvement. 1, 2, 3. It's that easy to build your local audience with Rogers TV.